Hello, Blue Justin here, still Justin, still not Blue, and it's time for this week's haul. And it's being recorded on 4th of July, so I'm wishing all the very best to my US watchers, and maybe I'll be watching a bit of Independence Day later on. Okay, but in the meantime, that's for later, and today it's haul time. So let's be getting on with it. Okay, so first up we have the 4K Zavvi exclusive steelbook of Snatch. Yep, I know what you're going to say. That artwork is far from the best artwork they could have done. I accept that totally. However, even I was thinking of maybe cancelling it and getting the AMRAID and saving myself a few pounds. But before I could do that, since this isn't actually out until the 12th, they sent it to me over a week and a half early, which sort of intercepted that plan. If you hadn't noticed already, I've actually done a full unboxing of this one, and I'll put that link down below in the description if you want to have a look. It's useful, I think, unboxing for the information, even if you're just going to be thinking about getting the normal 4K release, because I give out all the stats etc as well as the details, and obviously showing all the details of the actual unboxing of the steelbook, whether or not you're a fan of the artwork. Well, that's obviously why it's not got a cellophane wrapped around it anymore. So let's begin the next one. It's Logan. This is the Zavvi exclusive 4K lenticular. I will be doing a proper unboxing for this to find out if it's like the Deadpool lenticular that I've already recorded but haven't done the editing for. That should be out very soon. It's quite interesting seeing how the different styles they've got, because, for example, I know that I can feel that Deadpool, for example, had a surround here that sort of extended the picture, and that the lenticular sat in the middle of the image. This one doesn't have that raised area, so I wonder what else is going to be different. It's also done by different people. I have got this, but only on the Blu-ray, so I'm upgrading, though a lot of people said that the upgrade to 4K wasn't one of the biggest upgrades, which is why I was not particularly in a rush to do so. However, I really liked the look of the lenticular, so that's why I did it. This one is a little bit of an early arrival. I haven't done an unboxing for it, but I have taken the outside off because I wanted to have a check on the disc for a certain reason. I'll go into that in a minute. That's the release for on the 5th of Scott Pilgrim versus the World. That's the 4K steelbook, again, Zavvi exclusive. I've never seen this movie before. I hear it does split opinion, but I do like, obviously, the Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, and it's the same director, so I'm hoping I'll enjoy this too. The main reason I opened this up, even though I haven't done the unboxing, is because the US release of the 4K specifically says on the back, and it's been checked, that the video is 2160p UHD HDR10 Dolby Vision. Now I know that the UK is very bad, and so is Europe actually, putting the information about Dolby Vision onto the outside of the casing or whatever. But the fact that it does specifically say that it's Dolby Vision in the same box, the same little, those little descriptive boxes, that's that the right one? That's the same little descriptive box there for the video on the US one, yet it's missed off on the UK one, means it might not be on there. I haven't been able to find a definitive answer of someone who's got the UK one and has put it into a player that detects Dolby Vision. Mine theoretically does, but I think it's because of the firmware hack, if you like, that allows it to do all region. It won't allow that full upgrade, or it won't allow it to me to see on the screen display whether or not it's reading a Dolby Vision disc, even if it's playing it. So I was asked whether or not it said anything on the surface label on the disc, so I opened it up, and lo and behold, of course it doesn't. Yet again, no indication whatsoever in the labelling of whether or not it's Dolby Vision, so waiting to find that out. Even if it isn't, I'm pretty sure I'd count it as a good release, and I haven't got it, so it's not even an upgrade. So there we go. On to another big one from the beginning of this week. I mean, big in a very literal sense as well. And that's the latest Doctor Who The Collection Blu-ray set release, which is season 24, the Sylvester McCoy season, with Time and the Rani, Paradise Towers, Delta and the Bannermen, and Dragonfire in it. So that's just the 4 serials. Not a particularly big fan of this season, but it's just foolish. I'm not going to drop just one season when I'm a big fan of the programme overall and have all the other Blu-ray seasons so far in this packaging. So it is rather annoying that this is the most expensive release so far, one of the worst seasons, and only has 4 serials in it, whereas earlier releases have been cheaper, had 6 or 7 serials, and been, you know, the best Doctors and some of the best serials that you could get. I do believe that some of the new extras that aren't on the new bonus features, extras that aren't on the DVDs, which are brilliant enough as they are, on here are some of the best they've done yet. So hopefully that'll make up for the increase in price and not being a fan of the serials themselves. It does have extended versions of all of the stories, which is interesting, and optional 5.1 sound, etc. I believe, though I can't be 100% sure, I believe this is the one where I was supposed to get a credit on the DVD for providing material, and I never got it. What else have we got? Yeah, saw it described on one of the forums as really stupid movie. So of course instantly went and bought it. This is Cant Run. It looks a bit silly, looks a bit fun. You know, it's obviously got lots of guns, shooting, and it's all about hilarious, gritty, and fully loaded with intense action, starring Paz Vega. Name is the only great name I recognise. Well, it's a big name on the front. Yeah, looks like it's a big adventure, high-end call girl, horrific crime, relying on bumbling detectives, deadly assassins, all that sort of thing. And the cover looks fun, and I had to import this one from the US, but it was really cheap, so I'm not too worried. And because it was there, Cant Run 2. Yeah, I haven't even seen the first one, but I thought pick them both up at the same time. This is, I presume it's some sort of deliberate follow-on, but on the principle that the only named, well, not the only named, but the principal actress in the original is not in the follow-up. I don't know how closely they are linked together. I don't think her character's been replaced with a different actress. I don't see her character name in the cast list for this one either. So it's again, we've got high-end call girls, bumbling up-and-coming private detectives, sex party turned massacre, military secrets, all probably rather silly, but here we go. I'm looking forward to catching up with those. And up next, I've got some more imports, though those are a little bit more to my usual style, and I think you'll like them. And this is Predator 2. Now, I've got the first Predator on 4K Steelbook, and I wanted the other two in 4K that came in the triple pack. It would probably have made more sense for me to get the triple pack and not worry about the fact that I got the first one twice, but I didn't, and I did like the artwork on these German releases. As you can see, I've turned around the covers so there's not a nice, or rather nasty, huge age rating sticker in that corner. In actual fact, not only on the front of here is there a large age rating sticker on the other side, there's also a great big sticker here, well, not a sticker, printing that says about it being HDR. So happy to turn that one round, and personally I think Predator 2 is much more enjoyable than a lot of people seem to think. It makes a good logical follow-on from the first one, moving the action from the jungles to the urban jungle. I think was a good idea. Just personal opinion. And when you've got Gary Busey and Danny Glover from Lethal Weapon meeting up and having disagreements again, though not quite to the same extent, it's always going to be a nice team up, I think, and the character's good. And I absolutely adore the scene where they think they got it trapped and he switches through the modes on his helmet. That's just a personal thing anyway. And to finish off that set, that's Predators from a few years later. New batch of, or new breed, if you like, of predators. Probably, I think they're hunting their own kind as well as others than humans. I think it's one of the better latter Predator movies, and probably does deserve to be in the set with Predator and Predator 2. Unlike the Predator relaunch, the big one that looked so good in the trailers and then turned out to be not to my taste, even though I do have a very nice steelbook of it. Then we're getting more towards the end now as we move down to the HMV premiums that didn't arrive last week. They all arrived this week instead, which is good. This is the Phantom. It's a traditional superhero-y type thing. It's very 60s style though. well, not though, but just it's an interesting take. 12 rated, so watchable by anybody, and looks a lot of fun. And that's number 130, is that? Yep, of the premium HMV collection. 133, this is the Golden Child, Eddie Murphy. I think this is one of his middling films of about the time. When I saw it at the cinema, I was a bit let down because I watched things like 48 Hours and Beverly Hills Cop relatively recently, in which he was very, very good indeed, and he isn't as good in this one. But at the same time, he was also doing things like Norbert or whatever, which just, I don't, sorry if you really like them, they're just anti my cup of tea, and I felt just wasn't interested in those things at all. So that was not his best. It's very, very, very long way from his worst, and I think Eddie Murphy's always pretty good value. So apart from in Norbert. And the last of my premium collection to arrive was the 1945 film, number 125 of the collection. They Were Expendable, with John Wayne as a group of people in the Philippines with sort of torpedo boats trying to prove their worth against the Japanese. They were expendable. I dare say there's a plot hint there. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that for the first time. That looks really quite interesting. And, as I said, last of my arrivals from the HMV 2 for £15 offer. That leaves us with just a couple to go. The first of which is the Jungle Book, the original animated version. As you'll remember, maybe, I hope, last week I was showing you my 4K Steelbook of the live action version. So this week I decided I would pick up the original animated version. Again, that was one of my favourite animations that Disney have done, and I get to reuse the t-shirt. Actually, it's one I actually gave my wife, so it's a little bit tight. So hopefully she won't see it on video. Right, yes, so absolutely excellent movie. Again, this one shouldn't have this limited edition slip-on according to the barcode, but it does appear to have done like in the same way as I got the Robin Hood animated with the slip. Disney Classics 19, this one. With the Robin Hood one, I got the whole corner crushed and reported it back to Amazon and got a full refund, then told to keep the disc anyway. So, but I didn't want to take the mickey too much on doing that, otherwise they'll stop being nice to me. So even though this slip actually is a bit scuffed, I don't know if you can see it. A few marks on this side where the it's rubbed a bit of the shininess off, and there's a little bit of a tiny tear down the bottom, but I'm not a huge requirement for slip fan anyway, so it looks pretty enough to me. And like I said, if I keep on reporting small things like that to Amazon, they'll stop saying to me, oh well, we'll give you a full refund and we'll let you keep it. I'll save that for next time that there's something a little bit more serious. And finally, yep, it's certainly nowhere near as big as last week's, but it's not small, Paul, this one. We have Arachnoquake. Yep, afraid so. You heard me right. I'm sorry, Kermit. I think the spiders are going to be the bad guys again. Saw this rather cheaply and read the description, and honestly I'm going to read you some of this because I just couldn't resist once I'd read it. Earthquakes ravaging small Texas town. It's got lots of geological stability. Nobody knows why. For what it's worth, I was searching for Arachnophobia at the time, thinking I'd pick that up because it's a really good film, and then finding out that it's only available on Blu-ray in the States and hardly anywhere else has ever released it, which is absolutely ridiculous. And anyway, let's going on with this marvelous description of it. So, dozens of locals turn up dead, and the paleontologist, yep, you heard me right, paleontologist, guy who studies fossils, yep, he's obviously the man to tell you that the deceased had fallen victim to a previously unknown species of spider. And he seems to know, despite the fact that he's a paleontologist, that without even seeing them, he can tell you that these aren't just any kind of bad spiders. Oh no, these are deadly, well obviously, blood-spitting, venomous albino spiders who can walk on water and breathe fire. Yeah, I mean, come on, this has got to be worth a watch. I am going to laugh like a drain throughout this one. Sorry, for about the price of a pint and a half, I thought, yeah, I'm having that. Anyway, that's enough of that for this week. Okay, that's all for this. Anyway, please, sorry, I will try to keep on repeating the word anyway. There will be another haul coming up quite soon. That's in addition to this weekly haul. It won't be in place of next week's haul either. It will be the physical media that I received for my birthday this year. And I've separated that out from what I've bought for myself. So it will include not only the Blu-rays, there's also a few DVDs in there. It's okay, they're not available on Blu-ray, so it has to be done. Hopefully those will be out really soon. The video will be. Well, I've got to edit this one yet and record that one and sort it all out, but I want to get this one sorted on time so I can get it released on my regular day, which will be Monday afternoon. That's Monday the 5th. It'll be automatically set up. So in the meantime, I hope you've had a great week. If you're from the UK, I hope you're enjoying the football if you're watching, or the results of the football if you're not watching, and just happy that we're actually winning something for once. If you're from the US, happy Independence Day, like I said. And obviously that was yesterday by the time you see this, of course, but still, thought counts. And if you're from anywhere else in the world, I still wish you all the best, and I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope you always enjoy my videos. If you did, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. And if you can you share the video, and also, of course, please press the notification bell for information about when new videos of mine are coming out. And in the meantime, enjoy all the TV and films and cinema, etc., that you're going to see, and everybody's YouTube videos that you watch. Cheers.